Hello and welcome back to 5 and 5, where we take 5 minutes to ask industry leaders 5 questions on how they are navigating in this crazy COVID period. We've got the wonderful Sarah Skeats with us today. Sarah is the MD and Global Partner of BoB Group. Before you tell us a little bit more about BoB Group, I'd like to learn a little bit more about you. So could you tell us a guilty pleasure of yours, please?
Great, thank you. Hi, a guilty pleasure. Oh gosh, I wasn't going to tell anyone this. While we've been in lockdown, my kids, I've got 8-year-old twins, they've got me into TikTok. Yeah. And it's just great. It's just for a laugh. It's been hilarious. But I have seen this whole mums of TikTok thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. That's awesome. So tell us about BoB Group.
Sure. So BoB is short for Business of Brand, and I'm the Managing Director of Australia and Global Partner of our global business. We were founded in the UK. And what we do is we build brands to shift industries. And what better time than right now than having the opportunity to actually shift industries and make a difference. Yeah,
for sure. That's amazing. We've been working with BoB Group as well, and you guys are doing some really amazing work. What's one of the most sort of inspiring stories or partnerships that you've been working on?
So at the moment, what we've done is we've looked out in the market to see what the market needs, and we've actually pulled together a program with with different experts. We're seeing in the market there's lots of individual thought leaders out there giving their opinion, but actually it's the power of bringing it together and giving an integrated solution. So we've looked at, we know we're in an L-shaped recession at the moment, and that means we've got 18 months of flat coming. The first 3 months of that means it's the shock phase, and everyone is frozen and they really don't know what to do. So it's about getting people out of that frozen state and into action.
Amazing. And do you have any sort of specific examples of people that you've worked with that you've really seen that firsthand, where they've been taking on those lessons and putting it into practice?
Yeah, we do actually. We work with clients all over the world. One example that comes to mind is a business we've worked with here in Sydney. He's an Italian restaurant, and obviously restaurants have had to close, and he just wanted to give back to the community. So what we're talking to people about is now is the time just to give. So he heard that message and he pivoted the business and he started to give free meals to the elderly and the disadvantaged. He started to, he's amazing. He's dropped his prices so that his food, his beautiful organic food, is accessible to everybody who needs a meal. And he started a free cooking school for children on Zoom. And it's just, the response has been amazing. Last night he was on Channel 7 News, which is one of our big TV stations here, getting coverage for his brand. So just by giving back, he's now getting this beautiful support from his community.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. So if you had kind of, one key takeaway for people in a similar situation, in multiple industries for this beginning period, what would that be?
So we know people are frozen and they're in shock. So I think the key message for people is just start doing something and connect with your community. It doesn't matter who everyone has a micro community. Start to connect, see what their needs are and see how you can fulfill those needs and start to give in this time. And that will get you moving towards the rebuild phase.
And then you mentioned that we're sort of at this frozen period now and we need to be giving back. What's the next period? If people do want to look a little bit more long term, what will the next bit be?
So we think there's 3 months of shock, and then there's 6 months of what we call recovery. And that's where people are starting to pivot their business models and change the business models depending on the services that they're providing. So looking at how they come out of the recession, because often the products that you bring that you're selling or service that you're selling going into a recession isn't going to see you through that recession. And the last 9 months, that's all about rebuild. So that's making sure that the foundations of your business are really strong to then hit the growth phase, which is about September 2021.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much. It's been awesome talking to you, Sarah. And lots of really valuable advice. Really appreciate it.
Fabulous. Thanks so much.
Look forward to next time. So that's been 5 and 5. Thank you.